Hey everyone, you may have seen my post up on Cool Mini or Not or Reaper's forums, and I was talking about how I don't like how she looks. She's got very flat face, can't really see very much. If you compare it to his face, and if you look at the pictures I put on the website, you can tell a lot better that, you can see his face. Sorry. Just saw a little spot that needed to be painted back. If you hadn't guessed, we're going to be using his skin color, which is Tan Shadow. Oh, darn it. Rinsed in the wrong cup. I'll put this further away. So what we're going to be doing is just giving a little bit of shadow to her face. And as such, I'm going to mess it up, but I should probably have it a little bit more thin. So like under the chin, I can get it under her nose without looking like a Hitler mustache. And maybe I've got stuff a little, I don't know, maybe that'll work. Actually, yeah, I'm going to thin this just a little bit more. Maybe pull it out in one direction so I can get some really thin stuff and some thicker stuff. Because what I'd like to do is just give a little shading under her cheekbone. And to do that, I'm just using very, very thin paint. Hardly anything on the brush. It even looks worse than Kool-Aid, which is my normal washing. The problem I always have is it gets tide marks. But it's not looking too bad. I probably should use an extender on the paint if I had some. I think I do. Let me brush a little bit up on her forehead because it's under. I probably need to give her some lips too. She doesn't seem to have anything. And so, since we're here, let's go ahead and give some of the other skin areas a little bit of shading. So, turn her blouse a little bit, around her neck. Over there. I think it's gonna leave tide marks if I do that. Don't want to puddle. Just want to touch it and let it dry and put the pigment on. And that's still too much. At least that's the theory. You can tell I haven't perfected the technique yet. This is supposed to be a tabletop mini too, so don't really need to do a whole lot of shades and washes, but she just needed something. Her skin was just too thin. Thin. Pale. Not thin. Sorry, gotta pull it closer to me. Yeah, she's looking like a squirrel now. Really don't like what I've done here. That's fine, it's just everything up on top is just not the way I want to do. And maybe I'm trying to do it too much like a display mini. Oops. Let's try this again. Try the brush off a little bit. I think I did this technique in one of my videos where you just get it wet, let it dry, get it wet, let it dry, and just like those tide marks right there. Gotta hate them. And I think it's just too much wet paint on the brush, letting it puddle when I shouldn't. But, you know, I'm trying to do it fast for the video. It's too much. You know, I don't know. That's not that bad. That's a little too much. Apologize for not talking, but I'm trying to think about what I'm trying to do here. I'm trying to get just the slightest amount of shade in places where there'd be shadow. I just don't think I'm doing that great a job of it. I don't know. Getting some tone to her. But I don't want it to be. I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of thighs, just a loose wash, just to kind of blend in the shapes a little bit more. And maybe I first thought of doing a wash over the entire skin wasn't that bad of an idea. And just give it a more motley appearance. Probably have to put some red just right there, some light pink or something. So, I think I'm going to call that done for her little shading trick. The next thing, and I don't have paint prepared for this, is I was going to do a little bit of her base. And for that, I've picked Stained Ivory. I'm going to switch brushes too right quick, get a bigger brush. And see how much water I need for this. It's okay thickness, but I think like a half a bit. Because I guess you can't get less than 1 drop. And this may not work because of the black, but we could just go over it multiple times. Yeah, I think that's a good sand color. I don't know what I'll do other than that. And I'm really slopping the water or the paint on. Which is probably bad technique too. I could just let the black show through too, because it is sand. I thought about trying to put real sand on here, but I don't want to spend the time to get really fine sand. And it's kind of silly, but to have this black sole, because all that sand's going to stick to it, but not quite sure where I try to do that. I guess I could flick some paint up on there. I'd probably hit her dress and all that stuff. It just wouldn't look right. So I'm just trying to paint it back so you can just barely see any black on her heels, soles. It doesn't look that off to me. Try to just dot some paint on here. I guess what I could do is go off and do a darker brown wash on this afterwards, so we'd have black and what did I say this was? Stained Ivory. Yeah, it's not turning out that bad. You can stand far enough away, it looks nicer. That's the way it is with most of my minis. So, let me get right underneath this heel. It looks much better if I take some of that away. Because it's the old, what was it, Michelangelo, Leonardo da Vinci, forget which one. How do you carve such wonderful elephants? Well, you just chip away until you get rid of everything that doesn't look like an elephant. That's what I'm kind of doing here to the soles, heels, whatever they are. Brain function not today. And should I try to do one more brown layer? If I did, where would I put it? Put back there, maybe. A little bit behind. And maybe on the neck just a bit. Yeah. So I'm going to call it there. And I thought this was going to be the last video, but I think I've got a little bit of work to do. Actually, you know what? Ow. Before I go completely, I'm going to make magic wash with this. That's just acrylic floor wax. I'm going to mix up that brown again. This is going to make it more of a wash, which is what I'm going to want for this. And I'm just going to go over parts of her uniform here. And if you don't know, the floor wax is to break up the, I never painted whatever that was, surface tension, so it flows a little bit more. See what that does to boots too. Gloves. I don't know that it's actually doing anything at this point. And should do the feather. Do the feather just a little bit. I'll get that other lapel too. Right now I think there's too much on there. Just suck up some of that paint. And put some back because I took too much away. And just some non-monotone color in there. And what that we'll just do just a touch there, and let me get the hair off the end of that brush. I'm just trying to wipe away any little puddles here. Okay, so I think, well, shoot, as long as I'm here, flipping back and forth, one more layer on here. I think this is going to be the last video, because if all I've got to do is her lips, that's really a silly thing to do any size video on. So I think I'm going to wrap it up for this series. I've got the other pirates I still have to paint, but I'll get them done off screen and have me a set of pirates. And as I noticed that, I noticed the boots aren't getting fully covered. Starting to look a little weird. There we go. So yeah, I think this is the last video for her, and I'm declaring her done. Minus the little lips, but that'll be quick. Yeah, so hope you enjoyed it, and any requests for a next painting series, I'm all ears. I've got all the bones from the first set. Sorry, something caught my eye on my desk, and it's like, why do I have that on my desk? And got quite a bit of Firestorm Armada, maybe. Anyway, if you got anything you'd like to see me paint, just leave a comment or send a message, and I'll see what I can do. Talk to you later. Bye. No. Wait. I'll show. I gave her some lips. I don't know that you can see it, but there it is. I don't think I did anything else with her. So, yeah, I was putting that, actually, I got it right here. It's Old West Rose. I think that's one of their newer colors, but I put it on his sleeves. I did a little sash on his belt. You can see that. And then Grim Iron, I think that's his name, got gloves. And she got the most of it. Anyway, I just wanted to show you that. Now we'll stop the video. Bye.